Hello again. Today we are going to be talking about solving proportions. It's a relatively easy process. We're going to be using this work in tomorrow's problem, so we'll be working on this for 2 days. Alright, so first step for solving the proportions is to cross multiply. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to do the term with the x in it first because I like my x on the left. I'm going to cross multiply 7 times x and make that equal to, I'm going to cross the other direction, 12 times 5. And of course you're allowed to use calculator for some of this stuff if you need it. 12 times 5 is 60. Alright, now I'm going to solve. And solve means I'm going to split this down the middle, get the x by itself. Again, relatively basic algebra. Now again, you might need a calculator. I don't know what 60 divided by 7 is, other than the fraction 60 over 7, or will that be, like 8 and 4/7 or something like that. So again, easiest thing to do is just do it on a calculator, get a decimal point. During the course of this year, we're going to see decimals a ton. Again, you're going to need a calculator for sure in this class. The obvious choice for me all the time is to always leave 2 decimal places. Make your answer look like money. That's essentially one of the main things we use decimals for in the real world anyway, is money. So when you're ever in doubt, 2 decimal points. And again, that's just going to be the rule we use all year long. So 2 decimal points is always enough. I don't need any more than that, I don't think, ever. So again, if I do, I'll let you know, but I don't see that ever happening. So 2 decimal points on all decimals. Alright, let's try a little bit harder one. Again, still the same basic idea of how to solve this problem, except for, again, just going to be a little more challenging. Alright, so the first step is the cross multiply, and I always do the one with the x in it first so that my x is on the left. Now the problem with this is this term over here on the left has 2 parts. It's called a binomial. When we multiply something with 1 part, this 3, times something with 2 parts, the 2x plus 3, it's going to act like something that you recognize if you just put the parentheses around the binomial. It's going to be the distributive property. Essentially going to multiply both things times 3. So that's going to get me 6x plus 9. Well, now the other direction should be a little bit easier multiplying. 8 times 2. Alright, now just like the last one, we're going to solve. So I'll split it down the middle, and I'm going to first off get rid of all plus and minus numbers. Give me 6x equals to 7. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 6. And I'm going to end up with x equals, well, 7 divided by 6 isn't going to work out. You can leave it as 7 divided by 6. As long as it's a reduced fraction, it is fine. I'm getting 1.16 repeating, or 1.17. Now, again, the rounding part, I'll just leave that up to you. I'll count both answers right. I'm never going to worry too much about it. Again, there's multiple ways you could have wrote that answer. You could have said 1.17. You could have said 1.16, and I wouldn't have been disappointed with that. But that would have been truncating, by the way. If you don't know the difference between rounding and truncating, let's say I have the decimal 1.923, and I want to round to 2 decimal places. Well, I use this third spot here as a way to round up or round down. If that number is 5 or higher, you round up. If that number is 4 or lower, you keep the number the same, rounding down essentially. Well, truncating is essentially not worrying about what this number is, just throwing it away and keeping what was already there. Just like chopping it off like a tree trunk. That's why it's called truncating. So again, you're just throwing it away. You're not bothering with the rounding. You never round up. You never round down. You just throw away the extra digits. Again, I'm not going to really care too much about which way you do it. You can either round it or you can truncate. But again, one of the keys is you should always leave your decimals with 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places is going to be key because, again, that's what I'm going to expect from you during the course of the year. All right, have a good one.